Let's go to our political correspondent, Simon Young, for more. Simon, earlier we heard Biden in announcing the delivery of 31 Abrams tanks, praising Germany, saying they really stepped up their support. What's your read on this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was very striking in the words from President Biden. He said he was grateful to Olaf Scholz for delivering the Leopards, and he praised what he called Olaf Scholz's leadership in coordinating the European response. He said that Germany was a strong voice for unity and arguing for keeping up the level of support for Ukraine. So, it almost sounded like he was trying to come to Olaf Scholz's aid. He was perhaps, Olaf Scholz's aid rather, perhaps aware of the pressure and thinking about the pressure that Scholz has faced in recent weeks because of what many people anyway, have seen as hesitation over this question of whether to deliver tanks or not. Interestingly, Biden was also asked whether it was the German announcement to send their tanks that had prompted this decision from the US to send Abrams tanks. He said, oh, no, it wasn't that way round, and we're all united, we're all on the same page. So this message of unity coming through loud and clear.
Well, now that Germany has made the long-awaited promise of sending Leopard 2 tanks, the German defense minister has called it a potential game changer in the war. Do you think he is right on that regard?
It certainly could be, because the Leopard 2 in particular is one of the world's most modern sort of battlefield systems. It's a quick and deadly tank. And if enough of them arrive on the Ukrainian soil, they can certainly do a lot of damage. That's what President Zelensky has said he wants. He wants the capability to try and take back some of the territory that Russia has seized. So this initial announcement, of course, is not a large number of tanks, but if it opens the way for all those nations, particularly the European nations that have German-made Leopards, which Germany now says it's given the green light for them to send, then that could be the beginning of something. It also is the first step, this announcement, I think, for Germany to sort of rebuild a bit of international trust that's been lost because of these weeks of seeming indecision over the question of tanks.
In the end, though, it is just 14 Leopard 2 tanks that are going from Germany to Ukraine. Do you think that that's enough?
Well, not in itself, but the government spokesman said today that would be just the beginning. The plan is to get what have been described as 2 battalions, which most people interpret as meaning about 88 tanks from the various European countries that have these Leopards. So 2 battalions of Leopards that will go through soon. And the manufacturer, which is a German firm of Leopards, says that it can provide perhaps 29 more by March. So I think what you're going to see in the coming weeks and months is more and more promises of tanks going into Ukraine.
And just to be clear on the potential logistical challenges that might lie ahead, how are these tanks going to be maintained and who is going to pay for it all?
Well, from the German point of view, the government has said that they will. This is part of a sort of integrated package. There will be munitions, there will be training, there will be maintenance and all the logistics that go with it, because tanks are not just tanks. They require a lot of backup. And of course, these, as I said, these are very modern tanks. They're very complex systems. It'll take a few weeks, if not a couple of months, perhaps, to train the Ukrainian crews, even experienced crews, on how best to use them. So it won't be immediate, but I think Leopards certainly can and probably will make a difference on the ground in Ukraine.
Thank you so much for your reporting. That's Simon Young for us in Berlin.